Morning, guys. So, knock some of these flies off her with some soapy water. Yeah, so I had fully intended to do a video yesterday and post a video today, and that didn't happen. So I said, let's just live stream it. Let's get that done. So we're live streaming today. And I'm actually keeping milk again for us. So we'll see how long this live stream lasts. But I brushed her off already, and now I'm cleaning her off. Oh, I missed that fly. Oh, fly season. How I hate thee. Such is life. With warmth comes the flies. We'll take it. Let's see if we can get her all cleaned off here. Looking good, looking good. Oh, the sun's gonna actually peek out. I may have to move you guys here. So, we got some nasty thunderstorms last night. They were strong and relatively quick. And I'm not sure if that's what woke up Horsey or if he just woke up on his own, but needless to say, I was woken up several times last night. Backyard Eden, what is going on, my brother? How are you doing? I very much appreciate that video, John. I didn't appreciate the 7 miles per gallon. I was really hoping it would be like 12. So, I don't think it's going to stop me though. So we're milking. Yeah, you made it. Now, are you at work, John? Because if so, I'm going to have to limit your posting ability. Okay, right now the sun's not out too much, so I can put you guys there. Otherwise you'll overheat. Uh-oh. Irish Homestead family, good day to you, sir. So I have some of the clips for the 3 knives video, but I didn't get it done before we went on vacation, and it's been crazy since we got back. I will get the video done. Tyler, top of the morning to you. We're going to have a great morning here today. Actually, it's going to be a little bit busy. As some of you guys know, we do co-op on Tuesday and Thursday. It is hard getting videos done. I don't know, the last couple days, and yesterday I got my my ham radio study book. So any spare moment I had yesterday, I was reading that because I want to try to get that done. So the way that the ham radio test goes is, I think it's a 35 question test. You got to get 26 right, which is like 74%. And they had the same pool of test questions from 2014 through June of this year. And they're not made, they're not secret. You can get them, you can study them. So I have this book that has those test questions. But if I take the test after June 30th, the questions will be different, and I may not know the questions as well or whatever. So I'm going to try to go really fast and read this book, get as much knowledge as I can, take the test, and hopefully pass the technician level test. And then I can take more time for the general class test. In the entire pool of questions, I believe there are 400 and something, I think. I want to say it's like 400 and something. So, Irish Family Homestead asks when the test is. It just depends on when the local amateur radio clubs give it. So, the FCC has given amateur radio clubs the ability to have volunteer, what they call the VEs, volunteer examiners. So someone who has a certain level of knowledge can give the test, proctor the test. And I think there has to be 3 volunteer examiners at each test. So the way it normally works is the local radio club will, set a date. They do it once a month, once every 2 months. The 2 local clubs around here offer it once a month, and one of the clubs charges $15. The other club, it's free. So I think I'm gonna go with the free one. And then that's the 4th Saturday of every month, which means it's coming up quickly. I've also got to see, I'm not sure if I'm available on the 4th Saturday of this month or next month, so that might be a limiting factor. You also, so if you studied hard for all 3 tests, so right now in the United States, there's 3 classes of ham radio license. There's the technician, which is the 1st level. There's the general, which is the 2nd level. And then there's the amateur extra, which is the highest level. And each test, same thing. It's like if the club is charging you $15, it's $15 for each test. But you can sit for each test on the same day if you want. So I could, like, for the free test, since if I go to the place that's free, I may, so they grade your test for you right then, like as soon as you turn it in. So I will know as soon as I'm done with the test if I passed or failed. So if I pass, I may actually just say, hey, I'm here. I've learned some stuff about, ham radio, and I may just try for the general. I have no idea how much harder it is. I know it gets more involved, obviously. The reason, I don't know that I'll ever go for my amateur extra. And I say that now, but I don't know. What's up? HJWIV Farm Incorporated Williams. Yeah, so that's what I've heard too, is that especially the technician level test is pretty easy. So I'm thinking that I'll take that, and if I pass it, I'm just going to sit for the general test and see how it goes. So Tyler, did I see, somebody said, I think, Tyler, you took it. Yeah, good morning from Mississippi. Good morning from Michigan. So you'd have to retake the whole test, as far as I understand. So if you, and Tyler, you probably know this better than me, your license is good for 10 years, and then you actually have a 2-year grace period. And during that 2-year grace period, you are not allowed to transmit because your license is expired, but you are allowed to reapply for your test without taking the test, I believe. Is that right, Tyler? You have to take the whole test again. Yeah, if you were within that 2-year grace period, you just have to re-up for your test. What's up? Is this Ben? Bend over. What's going on? Oh, okay. Bend over. You're going to have to go away. Sorry, buddy. Is there a moderator in here? Is there a moderator in here? Seriously, some people. Let's go. I'll move. There we go. Yeah, where's Simon when you need him? Or Becca. So anyway, so that's what I'm thinking I might do. A lot of the questions, so I'm trying to think of the guy's name. There was a book that was suggested at the Great Appalachian Homestead Conference. What's up, RG Homestead? Good to see you. So I got that book, and the way he kind of teaches it is he groups questions together, and then what he'll do is he shows you the question and the 4 answers, and then explains to you why the correct answer is correct and why the other 3 answers are not. So it's not a study book in the sense that you're just reading something and studying all the material. You're actually just studying for the answers, which in essence is studying the material. But it's just a more guided way of doing it. So I'm learning very quickly what is what, and then like after you learn one question, it helps you with the next question. It just kind of builds off itself. A lot of it is, like Tyler said, a lot of it is very simple. Like it makes sense. It's straightforward once you know a couple of the basics. So I mean, I'll ask a question about like why amateur radio is there. Like, what is the purpose of having ham radio? And you know, it'll say to, you know, one of the answers might be to play music and whatever to your friends, or and it's, if you remember that ham radio is always supposed to be for private endeavors, never for business, and it's supposed to be for, you know, kind of building, you can build goodwill around the world because you can reach people throughout the world. Anyway, it's fun. I'm learning a lot. We'll see how it goes. Has anyone other than Tyler been a ham radio? So Tyler, did you have a transmitter? Did you just not use it? Is that why you you can RG, but I can't remember it. It's technician class by, I don't remember. Message me and I will I'll send it to you. If I try to look on my phone right now, it'll stop the live stream. So just message me and I will definitely do that. You can either just email me at dad@homesteaddad.com or just message me in any video. Just say, hey Jeff, you know, what was the name of that book again? And I'd be happy to give you the title. And this one, so I spent an extra $8, I think, and got the one that has, it has a couple CDs with it as well, so you can listen to stuff as well as use stuff on the computer. It has, I think you can take the test on the computer. I do have a radio. So, the guy that I talked to suggested that if you're going to get into it, get a... Hey Mike, what's up? That if you're going to get a handheld radio, get a Baofeng, which is a Chinese-made radio, but he said that they're really good for the cost. So I was able to get a transmitter and an extra antenna, like a longer whip antenna. It was like for $70. And so I opened it up and I charged it up yesterday when it came. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out, and I just wanted to listen. I'm not, obviously, you can't transmit if you don't have a license. You can use them as two-way radios, but I'm not sure how to do that yet. But not only can you use them as two-way radios, but because you can transmit and receive on all frequencies pretty much, or most frequencies. I don't have a good handheld radio, like AM/FM radio. Well, you can listen to AM/FM. So my Detroit Tigers were on yesterday, so I couldn't figure out how to tune into FM on the handheld radio. So what did I do? I went to YouTube quick, and it was super simple. I just had to press the call button. It switched me over to FM. Dialed in 97.1, and I listened to my Tigers lose on a walk-off home run. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Anyway, but it was really cool. So now, I've got a small handheld radio that I can listen to AM/FM on, and when I get my license, I'll be able to transmit on. So, how old am I? I am 39. How old do you think I am? Or did I look? Yeah, I'm 39 years young. So, so I think I'm going to try that. And so the reason that you would go for your technician license gives you certain privileges. You can transmit on certain frequencies. If you go and get your general class license, you can transmit on high frequency, which travels farther and things like that. So that would be the reason for getting a general. Amateur extra gets you some more things, but it's more, I guess the test uses a lot more math. You need a scientific calculator because you need to be able to calculate for repeaters and all that other stuff. So, like I said, I don't think I'll ever go for my amateur extra. The gentleman who gave the talk at the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference had said that everyone should try to get your general license, because then, and it's not that hard to do, because then you have access to those high frequency ranges. So, John, so far I like the radio, but yeah, it's only been one day. So, Tyler, you never had a radio to use and never ended up using it. Okay, that makes sense. So, and I don't know if I will either, but I think maybe if I've got some YouTube friends who are hams, trying to, talk to them would be really cool. And I think you guys know I like learning new skills, so that'd be fun. How's the weather here? It is cloudy right now. I think it's going to be cloudy today. I think it's supposed to clear up a little bit. We got thunderstorms last night. Papa Truck Prepstead, the best name in all of YouTube. It was great meeting you in person too, Papa. Papa was one of the people. So Papa and John, I both met at the in person at the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. And they are both great. It was awesome to talk to them. Oh, you can see the sun's trying to peek through. So, and was it Samantha asked about? Yeah. So it is, we got some nasty thunderstorms here last night. So it's a little bit damp, but it's not too bad. Irish Homestead family, the conference was good. So I only stayed for one day. I wasn't sure if my wife would be able to get off on Monday. And I didn't want to have to make a bonsai trip back, driving 8 hours, leaving at 5, and then, getting home at like 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday if my wife had to go to work. So I only got tickets for Saturday. She was able to get Monday off, which was nice then to, we were able to take a little bit more time, stay at a hotel, kids got to play, stuff like that. My kids are life, good to see you. Mike, it is safe to drink raw cow's milk. So, I will take this inside and I'll just run it through a paper dairy filter. It's a little bit more than a coffee filter. And then I put it in the refrigerator and we drink it. So, and we've been drinking raw milk for, gosh, probably going on 12 years. Now, we've only had a cow for a year and a half, but I was part of herd shares before that. So, we've been drinking, I think it's about 12 years we've been drinking raw milk. And we like it. So I grew up drinking skim milk from the store, and now to me I call it white water, because it just tastes like colored water. There's no taste to it. You don't have that beautiful cream and all that stuff. So she's still eating. She's doing. See her whacking her tail. Let me show you here. So there's the bucket of milk. That is probably right around 3 gallons, maybe a hair over. Before she whips something into it with the tail, I'm going to go ahead and throw the lid on this bucket, and I'm going to fill the rest into the plastic bucket that I have, and I'll give that to the animals. I'm just trying to get greedy here and get a little bit more. So, I'm still looking for stainless steel buckets are expensive. So what I'd like to do is get a, so I just put a lid on top. It keeps stuff from falling into it. What I'd like to do is get a 5-gallon stainless bucket so that I have more room. So with her, she gives me about 4 gallons. When I when I get right up towards that top, it can slosh out of this bucket and then I lose stuff. So if I had a 5-gallon bucket, I would have more headroom in the bucket and not have to worry about spilling. So, but they're expensive. They want so they make milk buckets with a tipper handle on it so you can pour more easily. $125 for a 5-gallon bucket. And then a lid is like another $50. And the lids that they have don't even stay on the bucket. They just kind of sit there. Like this one, you guys see, I had to clamp it on there. You see the clamps? There's a clamp there and a clamp there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Clamp here, clamp there. Because it'll slide off. Like if the bucket isn't perfectly level, it'll slide off and make a mess. In fact, I'm gonna move this so she doesn't kick it. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. But no place sells bigger buckets, or even hardly any milk buckets at all, that have lids that will actually stay on. And I'm not even looking for one that clamps on. I'm just looking for one that that will stay on if I'm walking around with it. I think I missed some stuff. Hey, did Becca show up? Becca, did you change your logo? So yes, A1, A2. I do. She's a Jersey cow. A1, A2 milk. So A1, So there's A1, A1. There's A1, A2, and there's A2, A2. People are supposed to be able to digest A2, A2 milk better, is my understanding. So I think 65% of all Jersey cows are A2, A2. I could get her tested, and I probably will at some point. I just haven't found the time to go about doing it. And what I need to do is pull out 30 hairs and send them to UC Irvine, I think. And then they test the genome and give you your results back. So okay, I'm just looking. So Becca, I'm just looking on here, and it just looks different. So yeah. So I have not tested her. My guess is based on percentages, she's A2, A2. I actually have a friend who buys eggs from us who is lactose intolerant, and I mentioned to her about the A2, A2 is supposed to be more digestible, more tolerable for people. And she's like, well, give me a half gallon and I'll try it out. And I was like, sure, let's do this. So I gave her a half gallon. She tried it, and she said she still had the gas, but she said her symptoms were not as bad as they were when she would drink store-bought milk. So, and store-bought milk is mainly from Holsteins, because Holsteins just produce the most milk, so that's what most dairies have. And I think the percentage of Holstein cows that are A2, A2 is significantly lower than Jerseys. And so with my cow, if you were part of my herd share, you'd be getting milk from this cow. If you were buying something from the store, all of the milk from all of the cows goes into a tank and gets mixed, and then it gets pasteurized and homogenized, and like Papa Truck Prep Setter said, it's kind of dead at that point. Yeah, so also, I didn't know that about water buffalo, but goat's milk doesn't have lactose in it, so people who are lactose intolerant can drink goat's milk. It also is naturally homogenized, so no matter how long you leave it in the fridge, it will not separate out into cream and the rest of milk. So there's that. And so my friend Ruth, who I bought prunings from, she actually teaches classes on occasion about milking, and then she'll teach you about it, and then you go out and you milk a cow and you milk a goat, and I'll get right to that, John. I milked the goat first and was like, oh, well, maybe I could do this. less money to buy a goat. We don't drink that much milk, although we start drinking more and more milk the older the kids get. But then I milked a cow and was like, no, I want to milk a cow. And I didn't think I would like goat's milk. I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad. I'm sure I could get used to it. But there's something about cow's milk. John, I have not made cheese before. I actually took a cheese making class from Ruth as well. And I haven't made time to do it. I need to, but I haven't. So you guys saw I was probably at 3 gallons in the stainless steel bucket. Let me show you guys real quick. She's getting done with eating. There, I am over a gallon to be sure. So lately she's been, I think it's with all this green grass, she's been producing a lot more milk. So we're probably averaging over 4 gallons now. You guys hear the dog. I don't know if you guys can hear the dog barking in the background. I think he's barking at sandhill cranes. And if I have a second after milking, I'll show you. I don't know if you guys have sandhill cranes where you are, but they're probably about the same size as a great blue heron. They've got like a red mask around their eyes, and then obviously they're not aquatic. They come in fields. So like every morning they're in my field eating bugs and stuff, and then they have chicks who are probably like this big when they're chicks, but they grow so stinking fast. It's funny, when you first see them, they kind of grow with the grass. So you can just see their head over top of the grass, and as they grow, the grass grows, and they kind of still stay hidden. We have a pair that are here every year, and I think they are lifelong maters. I think they mate and then they stay mated for life. So it's the same pair that comes back here every year. The neighbor back behind us would feed them in the front of his house. So like 10, 15 feet away from his house, he'd put out seed for them. And now we've got new neighbors who I'm guessing do not do that, but the birds are still here, and there's plenty of bugs and ticks and all that stuff in the field. Did I miss a comment? Yeah, so Becca, I didn't taste a whole lot either. I was told that warm cow's milk and warm goat's milk tastes very similar. When it's cooled off, you can taste the difference a little bit more. And when Prudy wasn't, when I had dried her off because she was going to be calving, I joined back up the herd share with Ruth so that I could get some milk for us. And I got goat's milk at one point, and you can taste the difference. It's not bad, but it's just not, if it's not what you're expecting. So, but you guys can see that bucket is getting close to being full. I don't know, maybe 3/4 of the way full. So we're maybe at a gallon and a half, and she already had 3 gallons in there. So I'm probably don't stop in the bucket. You can also see she finished eating, so now she's interested in moving and cleaning up the mess that she made, which is fine because I'm pretty much done. Just making sure that she's totally cleaned out. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call this good. Well, that worked out well. She finished her food just as I was done milking. So, and Becca, that's just the way that I understood it. So I'm probably wrong. You're gonna get some dwarf Nigerians and get into it. Very cool. Yeah, you might as well. And that's the nice thing about goats, is that they take up a lot less space. They eat a lot less and stuff like that. She might, Samantha. It wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time. So I'm going to leave you guys here for 1 second to just say hi to Prudy. I'm going to take this milk out of here, and then I'll be right back. So say hi to Prudy for me. Prudy, go ahead, take over the show. Say hi to everybody, Prudy. Come on. And I better be careful. she's gonna take over the show for real. What do I need that Homestead Dad guy for? I steal his cell phone and start my own show. She's not camera shy about pooping or peeing. Yes, not at all. In fact, if you were here for yesterday's live stream, she peed. If you've never seen a cow pee, they pee a lot. It's like somebody turning on the spigot. Literally. So I'm done with that. I need to get inside, make sure the kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing. But quickly, remember how I said we had thunderstorms last night? Let me show you guys before I drop off here. Let me show you guys what the thunderstorms did to the pig enclosure. So I think I showed you guys before that while we were gone, we had really strong winds, and they blew the sides off of the back of the pig enclosure. So those were already off, but it blew that whole wall down. So I'm gonna have to screw the wall back up and kind of remake the enclosure. Becca, I think I just saw you ask if I'd made jam. I have not. The day got away from me yesterday, and to be perfectly honest, I spent a lot of my free time in the house with reading that handbook. So here, let me show you guys the piggos. I've probably shown you guys this before, but this is my conduit shepherd truck. Wonderful for hooking feed troughs. The pig is taken too far away. Okay. See them? They love their milk. See, this piggy's smart. He's like, hey, I'm gonna come over here. I'll get some milk over here. Well, guys, that is that. I'm gonna clean this stuff up, head inside. Let me check one more time to make sure I didn't miss any comments. Oh, and I'm getting flies on my head.